Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast. We are now at 101, episode 101. Can't you believe it? So, I want to say thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Be sure to watch and listen and hear all of the new updates that I will be working on, exclusive updates that are on Patreon, along with Spotify alike. You can be able to subscribe to either one. You will get the same content, and it will be worth it. So I wanted to make another public free video for y'all where we are going to talk about Mya, her self-titled album, her debut album. I've been meaning, and you're gonna hear me say this a lot because there's a lot of artists I've been meaning to talk about that I kind of just wanted to make sure that if I was talking about other artists that I would be able to talk about their respected albums and give my input as well. This is Days Podcast, so why not? So yes, we are going to talk about this album and let's get into it. Mya, styled as Mya, is the debut studio album by American singer Mya. It was released by University Music Entertainment and Interscope Records on April 21st, 1998 in the United States. The recording of the contemporary R&B album was overseen by University Records CEO A. Haq Islam after he signed the singer when she was at the age of 15. The production on Mya was primarily handled by Swing Mob member Daryl Pearson, with additional contributions from Daryl Simmons, Alex Cattrall, Joey Priolo, and Nokiel the Entity. Guest appearances include Drew Hill, frontman Cisco, and rappers Slick, The Shocker, and Missy Elliott. So the album was recorded in 97 up until 98, and it's about an hour. And at the time when she's recording, you have a lot of people touring, you have a lot of people that are releasing at the same time, working on movies, soundtracks, it goes on. And I don't think that Mya gets talked enough. I think she is underrated. And her peers. She stood next to Pink, Aaliyah. She stood next to Brandy as well, and Monica. Like she stood out on her own, and she made a name for herself. I think that at some point, which we find artists now that are doing it much quicker than they were possibly able to back in the day, become independent. And as of, I believe, 2007, 2008-ish, she became independent. So within 10 years, she was like, I'm doing all this on me now. And why not? Because like I said, even in my Megan video, your name is what people gravitate to. It can be your music, but it's really your name too. As long as you make sure your name is all set, you always gonna be looked up and loved, honey. So, yeah, the album received generally favorable reviews from music critics who complimented Mya's vocals and songwriting abilities, as well as the album's well-crafted appeal. Mya peaked at number 29 on the US Billboard 200 and was credited but certified platinum by the Recording Academy, selling over 1.4 million copies in the US. The album spawned 3 singles: It's All About Me, featuring Cisco, Moving On, featuring Slick the Shocker, and the Diane Warren babyface pen ballad, My First Night With You. In the midst of the album's success, Mya earned several accolades, including an NAACP Image Award nomination and 2 Soul Train Music Award nominations. In April 2023, to commemorate the album's 25th anniversary, Universal Music Group released a digital 25th anniversary edition featuring 6 songs previously unavailable on the CDs themselves. So, they did that out of respect to her, because they know for a while she's independent, but they're like, no, it's 25th anniversary. We gonna package and make a sale again for this album and reissue, because this is a good album. Why not? So as a child, Mya was an accomplished, gifted dancer who had trained with Savion Glover, Gregory Hines, and the Dance Theater of Harlem. Mya's parents first took notice of their daughter's skills when she was 5 years old. By then, she had developed a gift for mimicking complicated dance steps and creating complex sounds and rhythms with her feet. However, by the time she was 8, Mya was burnt out. She had quit tap dance, at least partly out of frustration because she was more advanced than the available instruction could accommodate. 3 years later, her passion returned when she first when she first saw tap dancing choreographer Savion Glover, known as the creator of the Broadway musical Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk, who proved to be an immediate inspiration. He was my age and he was featured around all these masters, Mya recalls, and he was so natural with it. She soon joined a youth dance group called Tappers with Attitude, at the first place her aggressive style would be encouraged. So pretty much during her early to mid-teen years, she taught dance to kids and held a dancing gig on BET's Teen Summit as well. Really? Yep, Teen Summit is an American talk show for youth that aired on Black Entertainment television from September 16th, 1989 to August 31st, 2002. In recent years, it has returned as a very occasional special to the network's schedule. So she actually was on TV. Eventually Mya developed enough courage to sing for some dance class pals who encouraged her to break the silence at home. She explained she didn't want to be pressured or forced into lessons all over again in another area. As with dance, I wanted to develop this on my own, at my own pace. At age 15, Mya shifted her focus solely on music, and although she was best known as a dancer, she was also musically inclined, learning how to sing and play the violin as a child. When her father, a professional musician, learned that his daughter could sing and was serious about a music career, they began to shop around demo tapes, eventually earning the attention of University Music Entertainment, president and CEO Hack Islam. According to Mya, her father sent demo tapes out to a few record companies, but they all said she's not ready. Some early demos were recorded in a basement studio for $20, followed by the major expenditure of $1,000 for a single. It was difficult, Mya explained. We didn't have that kind of money. Impressed with Mya's audition, Islam signed her to Interscope Records. So there were times they would work with individuals that'd be like, all right, I'll charge you this and I'll mix this. And repetitively, it was just like, all right, the price is going to be here now because we worked on this already. It's just like, whoa. So when it came to the recording process, recorded in New York, Philadelphia, and Atlanta, Mya and Interscope spent the next 2 years working on her debut album. Due to his rising connections within the industry, Islam was able to hire an elite team of collaborators, including Dru Hill, another university act, rapper Missy Elliott, and musicians such as Daryl Pearson, Diane Warren, and Babyface. So let's see. In April 1998, Interscope held a press release from Mya with Billboard magazine promoting. At the time of the press release, University Music revealed and shared details regarding Mya's project and University Music's marketing strategy plan, announcing the album and U.S. single release dates. Although Mya was initially stated for a May 5th, 1998 release date, it was later changed to April 21st. However, an international release date for the album was not set. Mya's first single, It's All About Me, featuring Cisco, was solicited to radio March 3rd and released commercially March 10th. The music video for It's All About Me was serviced to BET and the box for February 10th. It was serviced to MTV at a later date. From the beginning, University and Interscope used Mya's connection to label mates Dru Hill as a promotional tool to create a buzz for Mya. University coupled her with Drew Hill in the video and television appearances as an outlet to create a fan base for her. In addition to video and television appearances, Mya was featured on Puff Daddy's concert tour, which also included Drew Hill. To continue to create an ongoing buzz for herself, she opened the boy group Boys to Men tour from April 26 to July 26. As a marketing plan, University announced and created a grassroots campaign that hit high schools. The label distributed newsletters about Mya, hitting more than 25,000 high schools nationally. University also set up a Mya 900 number, which advertised on posters and flyers. Callers could hear samples of Mya's music and hear the latest on her activities. On the press front, Mya opened on the cover of Right On and Teen People magazines. In April, Mya appeared and performed It's All About Me on Vibe. Lastly, she was featured on Interscope's worldwide website, where she had her own page. So, the critical reception, like I said, they thought it was good. Like I've said in, I think, a few previous albums that we've talked about, a debut doesn't always chart as high as people would feel. And then there's the sense of if it's good because it didn't chart as high. And it's like, yeah, because they kept going, you know? So, yes. Mya debuted at number 77 on Billboard 200 and on May 9th, 1998. A steady seller by May 22nd, 1998. In its fourth week, Mya had sold 220,000 copies. The album eventually peaked at number 29 on Billboard 200 and at number 13 on Billboard's top R&B hip-hop albums chart during the weeks of September 5th and July 14th, 1998, respectively. During the during the holiday season of 1998, Mya experienced its biggest single week of sales, scanning 64,858 units. It was certified platinum by the Recording Academy on October 1st, 1998. In January 1999, the album was ranked as the 75th best-selling album of 1998 in the United States, selling 1.1 million copies. By May 2003, Mya had sold over 1.4 million copies in the U.S. As of April 2023, Mya has sold 1.6 million units stateside. By May 18, 2001, worldwide sales for Mya stood at 6 million copies sold, combined with sales from Fear of Flying. So, from her second album, which we will talk about, there was more sales that was going to the first. People was like, okay, so now we have a collection, you know? And I think that's what it was with a lot of artists, where it was just like, I need to put out something else. Like, this is great, you know, but I don't want to heavily be too involved in my debut. I want to still make my debut memorable with more music. And why not? So let's go into the track list. So track 1 is What You Say. Track 2 is Moving On. Track 3 is Baby It's Yours. Track 4, Keep On Loving Me. Track 5, It's All About Me. Track featuring Cisco. Track 6, If You Died, I Would Cry, Cause You Never Loved Me Anyway. If You Died, I Wouldn't Cry, Cause You Never Loved Me Anyway. That's track 6. Track 7, We're Gonna Make You Dance. Track 8, If You Were Mine. Track 9, Bye Bye, featuring Missy Elliott. Track 10, Anytime You Want Me. Track 11, Don't Be Afraid. Track 12, My First Night With You. Track 13, Moving On Remix, featuring Silk the Shocker. And so there was a few mixes as far as when it came to the UK edition. And then as far as for the 25th anniversary edition bonus tracks, there's It's All About Me, 25th anniversary remix. There was a Spanish version for My First Night With You, okay? And It's All About Me. There's a couple more remixes for that song as well. So as far as just the album, and it just dawned me. It literally dawned me that, you know, 98 was such a time that kind of just, and it's just, I know that she definitely, like, you know, most artists and groups had to really make a stand and stand on their own in a certain time, because now you can just be able to just go back and be like, oh my God, so this happened and this happened and this happened. But at that time, you really had to make a name for yourself. Like, really had to make a name for yourself. So I commend her for it. I love Mya. She's one of the best artists out, and is a legend in her own right too. And yes, I want to say thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we will be back with more.